In the months following the lower North Fork fire in Jefferson County, Colorado's attention has been diverted to one disaster after another. For the families directly impacted by that fire, this summer has only had one disaster.
I lost Here are my questions.
Scott Apple's wife, Ann, was one of 3 people who died in March when a State Forest Service-controlled burn spilled past safeguards. Scott was among those who testified tonight in front of a state commission gathering information about that fire. 9 News reporter Kevin Torres is live for us at Conifer High School where that meeting was held. And Kevin, people came there tonight demanding accountability.
They sure did, Kyle. And that meeting just wrapped up a few minutes ago. You heard there from Scott Apple, and many people like him wanted to know exactly why did a controlled burn happen in that time period when weather conditions were so bad. The weather was so dry and hot. So why did it need to happen, especially in their backyard? As we said, so much was lost. 3 lives, nearly 24 homes, and as we found out this afternoon, a lot of history.
It was horrible, a horrible mess.
They rumbled down the same Rocky Mountain road
as the crow flies
that brought them decades worth of neighborly memories.
And I look back at my house the last time.
Until one spring afternoon, only a few months back.
There's this huge cloud of smoke pouring right over there. You can't even see those mountains.
When their lush green valley was swallowed up by a thick wall of burning black destruction.
It never abated.
They were accompanied by a panel of officials.
We learned, that there was a better way to do evacuation on this one.
Who listened to their stories.
It could have blown in one side and then just the pressure blown out the window from the other side.
And also listened to their frustrations surrounding the state's initial call.
It's my state government. I believe that.
Not a whole lot went right that day.
How much? Not significant.
Folks like Andy Hoover figured something wasn't right early on.
We should walk around and you can see why we bought the place. And then
he brought us to his home so he could show us what he lost.
I wasn't in a house like some of the other ones that burned.
The 2,200 items his granddaddy left him.
Was Herbert Hoover the President of the United States?
The 2,200 historic items that were supposed to be donated to the Presidential Library.
This is Tornay. They use that in the White House. There were speeches, handwritten speeches of granddad's.
Even though some time has passed, comfort is still needed.
It's startling.
They spent decades building their lives here, and now they're trying to figure out how much more time it'll take before they get their lives back on track.
There's nothing you can restore. There's nothing you can restore essentially from any of this.
Many lawsuits have been filed in regards to this wildfire. We heard earlier today that a lot of the folks who are in there who were affected by it have yet to file their claims. They were warned today by the state that they need to do that by September 22nd. Because that is when the time frame for filing your claims will run out. Kyle.
And Kevin, obviously it's money, but it's an ability for these people to move on with their lives to whatever extent that's possible.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of folks are wondering, when can we move on with our lives? And they were also told, regardless of the claims when these things are filed, this is going to take a long time because of the litigation involved. So for many people, they're figuring years, if not a decade out before heck, they can get back up there in their homes and start rebuilding.
Yep, and it'll be longer than that until the land returns to normal. Kevin Torres reporting for us in Conifer. Thanks, Kevin.